What if I told you that some of the most impressive pieces of mechanical engineering ever created are sitting on people's wrists right now? Automatic watches, no batteries, no charging, just pure mechanical genius powered by your own movement. But with hundreds of options flooding the market, which ones are actually worth your money in 2026? Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned collector looking to add something special to your collection, today we're counting down the top 10 automatic watches that combine heritage, craftsmanship, and real value. Let's get into it. Number 10. Seiko Presage SPB 143 Gemol. Let's kick things off with a watch that punches so far above its weight it's practically embarrassing for the competition. The Seiko Presage SPB 143J1 is a Japanese masterpiece dressed in understated elegance. Featuring a stunning enamel dial with incredible depth, this 40.5mm stainless steel beauty is powered by Seiko's in-house 6R35 automatic movement, delivering a generous 70-hour power reserve. The sapphire crystal protects a dial so meticulously crafted it looks like it belongs on something costing 3 times the price. Water-resistant to 100 meters, this watch transitions flawlessly from a board meeting to a weekend dinner. Number 9. Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. Hamilton has been making watches for soldiers, pilots, and adventurers since 1892, and the Khaki Field Mechanical is the purest expression of that legacy. At 38mm, it wears classically on virtually any wrist. The bold Arabic numerals on the matte black dial give it that no-nonsense military DNA, while the hand-wound H50 movement delivers an astonishing 80-hour power reserve. Yes, you read that right. This is a watch you wind yourself, which for many collectors is part of the joy, a daily ritual connecting you to over a century of watchmaking tradition. Priced at around $495. Number 8. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. The Tissot PRX is what happens when Swiss heritage meets modern design sensibility, and the result is absolutely stunning. Introduced as a revival of the 1970s original, the PRX features that iconic integrated bracelet that flows seamlessly into the slim 40mm case, a design language that normally costs thousands more from other brands. Powering it is the Powermatic 80 movement with, you guessed it, an 80-hour power reserve and cost-level precision. The sapphire crystal protects a beautifully minimalist dial available in several colorways, including a gorgeous blue that rivals anything at 5 times the price. Water-resistant to 100 meters at around $625. Number 7. Tudor Black Bay 54. Tudor has spent years quietly building one of the most credible watch collections in the industry, and the Black Bay 54 is its most exciting recent addition. Based on the original Submariner style watches Tudor produced for military divers in the 1950s, the BB54 features a compact 37mm case that wears absolutely beautifully on a wide range of wrist sizes, a refreshing change in a market obsessed with oversized cases. The in-house MT5400 movement is QOSC certified and delivers a 70-hour power reserve. With 200 meters of water resistance, a ceramic insert bezel, and that unmistakable snowflake hand, this watch carries serious heritage credibility. At around $3,225 life. Number 6. Longines HydroConquest GMT. For those who travel and demand both tool watch toughness and genuine functionality, the Longines HydroConquest GMT is the answer. This 41mm Swiss diver does everything right. It houses a GMT complication allowing you to track 2 time zones simultaneously, incredibly useful for frequent travelers, and it's powered by the L888 movement, a high-frequency caliber with a 72-hour power reserve and silicon balance spring for superior accuracy and shock resistance. The ceramic bezel is scratch-resistant and sharp-looking, while the 300-meter water resistance is more than sufficient for serious diving. Longines has been making watches since 1832, and all of that expertise shows in every detail. Priced between $1,500 and $1,800. Number 5. Oris Aquis. Oris is a fiercely independent Swiss manufacturer that refuses to be part of any conglomerate, and that independence shows in the quality and character of their watches. The Aquis Date is their flagship diver, and it is genuinely impressive. At 41.5 millimeters, The brushed and polished stainless steel case sits perfectly on the wrist. Inside beats Oris's Caliber 400, an entirely in-house developed movement with an outstanding 5-day power reserve and an impressive 10-year service interval. That alone makes it stand out dramatically from the competition. Water-resistant to 400 meters, equipped with a scratch-resistant ceramic bezel, and available in a range of striking dial colors, the Aquis date is a watch that serious collectors respect deeply. At around $2,300 to $2,600, number 4, Grand Seiko SBGR 261. Now we're getting into serious collector territory. The Grand Seiko SBGR 261 is a watch that will stop other watch enthusiasts cold in their tracks. Powered by the 9S65 high-beat automatic movement oscillating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, it delivers exceptional precision with a 72-hour power reserve. But it's the finishing that truly sets Grand Seiko apart. The Zaratsu polishing on this watch, that distortion-free mirror finish on the case surfaces, is so precise and so labor-intensive that most Swiss manufacturers at double the price cannot replicate it. The textured silver dial inspired by the snow-covered landscapes of Japan's Shinshu region is simply breathtaking in different lighting conditions. Number 3, Rolex Submariner 124060. Did you really think we'd leave Rolex off this list? The Submariner 124060, the clean no-date version, is arguably the most iconic automatic watch ever made, and remains the gold standard by which every other dive watch is measured. The updated 41mm case houses the Caliber 3230 movement with a 70-hour power reserve and Rolex's Chronergy escapement for significantly improved efficiency. The ceramic Cerachrome bezel is virtually scratch-proof, and its color remains vivid for decades. Water-resistant to 300 meters. The execution of this watch, the brushing, the polishing, the weight in the hand, the perfectly deployed clasp, is simply flawless. At approximately $9,100 retail, yes, it's a significant investment. Number 2, Patek Philippe Calatrava 5296G. This is where watchmaking becomes art. The Patek Philippe Calatrava 5296G is the definitive dress watch, an object lesson in restraint, elegance, and generational craftsmanship. The 38mm white gold case is slim, refined, and impossibly elegant. Inside beats Caliber 324 SC with a 45-hour power reserve, but it's the finishing of that movement, beveled, polished, and decorated to a standard almost no other manufacturer achieves, that collectors lose sleep over. The silvery white opaline dial with applied yellow-gold hour markers and classic Dauphine hands is a study in pure, timeless proportion. Patek Philippe famously says you never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation. At around $30,000 to $35,000, the Calatrava 5296G is a generational investment and one of the finest automatic watches ever made. Period. Number 1, Rolex Cosmograph Daytona 126500 LN. If there is one automatic watch that transcends the watch world entirely and becomes a cultural icon, it is the Rolex Cosmograph Daytona. The 126500 LN in oyster steel with black ceramic bezel is the most desirable version of the most desirable watch on Earth. Powered by the in-house Caliber 4130, a movement Rolex developed entirely from scratch for the Daytona, it offers a 72-hour power reserve, vertical clutch chronograph mechanism, and QoSC certification. The black dial with white-on-black subdials provides stunning contrast and perfect legibility. The Oysterflex bracelet option or the classic Oyster bracelet, both executed to a standard that is simply beyond reproach. At approximately $14,550 retail, the Daytona famously sells at significant premiums on the secondary market, often exceeding $20,000 to $30,000 depending on demand. It represents the intersection of motorsport heritage, technical excellence, and cultural prestige that no other watch on Earth can claim.